Continued Chapter 7. 5 days flew by like a moment. The guys knew that parting was inevitable. Everyone experienced it in their own way. During the time spent with Gleb, Han Q learned a lot of words. Communication was not difficult, only sometimes it was funny. Han Q and Gleb walked to the stream. Their hearts were heavy at the thought of an imminent parting. The sun shone brightly and birds chirped in the trees. The stream was crystal clear and the sound of the flowing water soothed their souls. Han Q sat down on a stone and gestured for Gleb to sit next to him. They sat in silence, looking at the water, immersed in their thoughts. Watched the water gently flow over the smooth stones. They knew they had to go home, but none of them wanted to break the peaceful silence. Han Q let us not think about parting. Let's go swimming, Gleb offered cheerfully. They quickly undressed and, holding hands, ran to the stream. The water in the mountains was cool and refreshing, and they both laughed out loud as they jumped into it. The cold water sent chills down their spines, but they didn't care. They splashed each other and swam, enjoying the moment and forgetting about everything else. Fooling around near the shore, Gleb couldn't help but glance at Han Q's muscular body. He had never seen anything so beautiful before. Han Q caught his eye and chuckled. "Are you looking at me, Ladamai?" Gleb blushed, embarrassed, and began to straighten the wet strands of hair. Han Gyu couldn't help but feel a surge of desire as he watched Gleb run his fingers through his wet hair. The drops of water running down his bare chest were too sexy for Han Q to see. He wanted to hug Gleb to him and feel his warmth with his body. And before the head realized, the legs carried the warrior in the direction of Gleb. Gleb looked at Khan Gyu and remembered that he had seen this sight sometime earlier in the morning. He remembered this graceful gait of an approaching predatory beast. The thought that flashed through Gleb's head about love in water caused sexual delight. A desire to spend this sensual experience in water. Before Gleb had time to blink, a predator pounced on him, lowering his hands into the water. He threw Gleb's legs on his hips, holding his buttocks. And he himself began to passionately kiss. An all-consuming desire to get all of Gleb, drink it to the last drop so that no one gets it, take the memories with you, protect it from all troubles. So that he would talk and smile only to him. Han Gyu froze. He realized that he was hurting Gleb. In this all-consuming desire all the arguments of reason and common sense burned down. Gleb did not care about pain. To experience such love and passion is a gift from heaven. "It doesn't hurt me. I feel good. I can stand it. You and water are like an endless caress for me," Gleb whispered. Han Gyu turned around on the spot. The spray went in all directions. He found a stone on which he sat down without releasing Gleb from his tenacious hands. Continuing to love Gleb, the warrior turned into a passionate beast, growled menacingly but loved tenderly and affectionately. Time flew by like a bird. The guys returned to the camp in the evening. Their hearts were heavy with sorrow. During the time spent together, they developed a strong bond, and the thought of separation was unbearable. Things are collected. It was time for parting. And Han Q and Gleb had to say goodbye. They exchanged a strong hug, both not wanting to let go of each other. Han Gyu whispered promises to see each other again soon, and Gleb nodded, feeling a lump form in his throat. Parting. Gleb could not help but feel sadness and longing. He already missed Han Q and how to wait to see him again. However, he knew that they both had household chores to fulfill. Gleb slowly walked home, immersed in thoughts about the time spent with Han Q. He couldn't believe how it was possible to bond with someone in such a short amount of time. When they moved away from each other, Gleb couldn't help but turn around and wave goodbye to Han Q. He felt tears welling up in his eyes, but he tried his best to hold them back. Han Q, on the other hand, looked at his larder with sadness in his eyes. But both guys held on to a thread of hope to see each other again.